Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Magic Mondays. I'm Jennifer Farner, your hostess with the mostest, and I am so grateful that you're here listening today. So thank you. I thought it would be appropriate to start our first episode off with a quote by Albert Einstein. He said, "There are only two ways that you can live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other is as if everything is a miracle." Wow. Sit with that for just a minute and notice what comes up for you when you hear that. For me, I find it to be paradigm shifting and incredibly empowering. Why? Because it reminds me that even when things are happening that are beyond my control, I am in the driver's seat. You are in the driver's seat. You get to choose how you experience life. You get to choose the meaning you make out of what's happening to you. So even when, especially like right now, like in this world, we're living in a time right now where so many things happen that are really beyond your control, like the global pandemic, for instance. This puts you back in the driver's seat. It's pretty powerful when you think about it. The other thing that this reminds me of is, the book. If you're a parent, and I'm a mom, so there's a children's book called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Now, if you've never heard of this book, go to your local library, check it out. But if you have, this will probably resonate with you as well. In the book, this kid, Alexander, wakes up, and just from the moment he gets out of bed, it's not a great day. And each time you turn the page, something else happens that just makes the day feel even worse. And he says, "I just know today is going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day." And guess what? At the end of the day, he had a no good, terrible, horrible, very bad day. And so the more you focus on what's going wrong versus what's going right, the more you can kind of get trapped in this spiral of things happening to you. It's a spiral of negativity where, you feel like the shit's always hitting the fan, and no matter what, things are always falling apart in your life. Things happen to you. Or you can shift your perspective and look at life as though through the lens of things are happening for you, that even in the darkest moments, there is some glimmer of light or a silver lining, some growth opportunity, a learning opportunity, or in the bigger picture, grand scheme of things, there is a reason that all of this is happening. And on a very foundational level, it's for your greatest good. There can be a hard concept to grasp, but it's really an important one, because I think one of the things that as adults we tend to lose sight on is we can get so focused on the responsibilities and the heaviness of being an adult, of being a parent, that you forget to step back and say, wow, where is the fun in this? Where's the opportunity? Where's the possibility? Maybe that just comes with age and seeing time and time again the negativity around you, or seeing time and time again how things don't always seem to work out. But as a child, you don't have that, the years or the decades of experience to tell you that. So children look at things through a whole different lens. So this quote to me is really inviting you to look for the miracle, look for the magic, even in the shittiest or the crummiest of moments. And this is more than just about, you hear the word toxic positivity that gets thrown around, where you ignore the bad and just focus on the good. And that's not what I'm talking about. Because when bad stuff happens, it's important to feel the feelings that come up with that. If you have someone close to you that passes away, or you lose your job, or your car breaks down, or you're overwhelmed with debt, it's okay to feel those feelings, to feel the grief, or feel the sadness, or the anger, or the fear. It's okay. In fact, you need to feel those to process it. But then once that initial heaviness of the feelings has moved through you, then take a look and say, okay, where is the lesson in this? Where is the silver lining? What's the growth that can happen? Where's the bright side? And begin to shift your focus and look for that, because the more you start to see the wildflower instead of the weed, or you start to see the focus on the rose instead of the thorn, the more gratitude you feel for what's happening. And when you feel that sense of gratitude, you start to feel that sense of joy. And it's a beautiful thing, because when you have that sense of joy, you're able to connect with the magic of life, and connect with the possibilities. And the heaviness doesn't feel so heavy. And this world is really fucking heavy right now. So we need that lightness in our life to help us move through the day and bring that lightness to others who might need it maybe a little more than we need it in the moment. So I would invite you, as you move throughout your week this week, when things happen in your life that are beyond your control, you're running late, you overslept, you missed a deadline, your car battery died on your way to a really important meeting, whatever it is that happens in your life, I invite you throughout this week to just pause for a moment and ask yourself, where is the miracle in this? Where is the silver lining? How could this possibly be working out for me and for my greater good? I had a friend who had an iPhone, and she was ready for a new phone, but putting it off, and then dropped her phone and it broke. So she could look at it two ways. One, damn it, my phone broke. Or, you know what, I was asking for a new phone, and so this is the opportunity that I have to take that. That's a silly example, perhaps, but I think that can happen in so many other areas of our life, where if you look at it and you step back and say, okay, after the initial frustration or grief or whatever that feeling passes, don't carry that through the rest of your day, because you have the choice at any given moment to make it go from a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day to turn it around. And my former mother-in-law used to always say, a bad beginning doesn't always mean it's a bad ending. And so I invite you to that perspective this week. Look for the miracle. How can this bad thing that's happening, or this thing that I didn't want to happen or didn't expect to happen, how is this thing somehow helping me? What is the good here? Where is the miracle? Where is the magic? And then be grateful for that magic or that miracle that you see, that silver lining. So hopefully this was helpful, inspiring, and some of it resonated with you. If so, please let me know. Come follow me over on Instagram. Drop me a note. Drop me a comment. I would love to hear from you. And until next week, trust your inner vision. It's clearer and stronger than you know. And embrace the magic. It's in and around you. You just have to see it.